Hello guys, it's me Daniel96 back here for another video, and today we'll be making our round 7 predictions for the 2025 AFL season. So just like that, round 6 is all done and dusted. It was very not great, not the greatest of rounds. As you can see with those X's, it was not good at all. We ended up getting 4 out of 9 tips correct. It was just a very hard week to tip, I guess, and yeah, many upsets as the cause of that. I mean, Brisbane, I thought they would win. They lost to Collingwood. Down here, Carlton got the win. Essendon got the win, but even that game was like really close. I mean, yeah, down here, Fremantle, I thought they would win. They lost. GWS, I thought they would win in that upset, but they couldn't. And Gold Coast, everyone thought Gold Coast were going to win. They should have won. But Richmond, just out of nowhere, get that win, and yeah, I don't know what to say. And again, here, I thought Port might have been unlucky here, but they won, and the Bulldogs got the win, and then Geelong got a win in a close one. So I guess that makes up for it. Yeah, not the greatest of weeks. And you can see the predicted versus actual margins. Yeah, because of our wrong tips, there's gonna be some big ones that we just got completely off, but yeah, it was just a very hard week, a very unpredictable week. But yeah, let's move on to round 7. So here we are, round 7. It is ANZAC round, one of the biggest rounds of the calendar, and I'm excited for it. It's always a good round, and especially with these first 2 games, which we'll get into. But yeah, let's get started with the first one. It's the traditional ANZAC Eve game. It's between Melbourne versus Richmond, playing at the G on the Thursday night, and this one is going to be really good. I mean, Melbourne have always been good in these games. I think they've been in Richmond in the past few times. So yeah, they got their win last week, their first win last week. So that does boost their confidence. But up against Richmond, I don't know. I think this will be a closer game than we think. They got their win last week against Gold Coast. And you know, they're just in there, I guess. I think they'll definitely be in this game for sure. Yeah, it's at the G, so it's both these home teams' grounds, and yeah, I just want to see a good game with this one. I mean, they're down bottom on the ladder, 15th and 17th. I don't know how Melbourne's lower than Richmond. It's been a crazy season, but yeah, to get things started with this round, this game's gonna be pretty important for both of these teams, very winnable for both of them. But I just think in this circumstance, Melbourne played last week, brilliant game against Freo, who are a good side. I think that they will take what they learned from last week and bring it to here. So yeah, I'm gonna predict Melbourne to win this game. Yeah, I think they'll get the job done, and yeah, I'm predicting the margin to be 27 points, and I'm rating this game a 94. Now going down here, and we have 2 Friday night games, and of course this one's the most important one for the round. I think this is obviously match of the round. I would say match of the round. I mean, so it always has to be. So yeah, it's Collingwood and Essendon playing at the G on the Friday afternoon, and this one's gonna be sold out, big crowd, and surely a big game of footy. Collingwood at the moment look really good, and they look unstoppable. I mean, I thought would lose against Brisbane at the Gabba, but they won that very convincingly. So really, I just don't know how they can lose this one. And up against Essendon, who did get a win last week, it wasn't convincing though, but they have won the past 3 games, so they do have some momentum here in this one. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game for sure. I mean, ANZAC Day, yeah, big stakes. Both of these teams know that. It's always important. So they will give out all their best, and yeah, I think Essendon will definitely put on this fight for sure. They always do every year, even in their ladder position. They always put on a fight. But yeah, I think to keep this simple here, I just don't know. I mean, Essendon can definitely win this one, but I just more likely see Collingwood winning this one. They've done it before many times, and yeah, with that team at the moment, they've only lost 1 game. They're looking good, and back at the G, it's also their home game technically, so they will have more of their fans there. So yeah, it's hard to not go for Collingwood for this one. So I do have to tip for Collingwood to win this game by 17 points. I think it'll be a close one. And yeah, I have to rate this game a 95. Now looking at the next game, which is on the same day but during the night, this one's looking very interesting. This one was hard to choose on who I'd want to win, or who I think would win this game. But yeah, let's have a look at this. Between Fremantle and Adelaide, playing at Optus Stadium, what is going to be a very unpredictable game. I don't know what's going to happen in this game. At this moment, Fremantle have had a very unpredictable and just a very inconsistent season. I mean, they won their few games against some good teams, and then they've lost a couple against some not great teams. I just don't know where they sit at the moment. And I guess this game will give us a bigger idea on where they are at the moment. But as for the Crows, yeah, after these 2 losses, I mean, one of them is debatable. They were close losses, but even then, they've been good this season. That last game was, I guess, good by them, considering the conditions, but not a great one to watch at all. But, you know, you take those, and they beat the Giants. And I think this will be their biggest challenge of the year so far. They're playing against Freo at Optus. They haven't really played well at Optus in recent times. I don't think they've won a game there in some time. So, yeah, this one's going to be big on them. It will be tough. But yeah, should be an interesting game. As for tipping this game, really, I don't know. I don't know where this is going to go. Yeah, there's a 50% chance I'll get this right or the other way. But I just think in terms of these 2 teams matching up, in recent history, Freo have been the better side against each other. So, and considering that's at a home ground, I do have to give that home ground advantage. So I am going to tip Freo to win this game. I think this will be the closest game of the round for sure. It's 50-50. I don't know what to expect. So yeah, I'm predicting the margin to be 3 points, and I'm rating this game a 91. Now going down here, looking at the Saturday games, there's 3 of them. Yeah, some big games, I reckon. Although they're one-sided, this will be some interesting watch for sure. And starting with the first game, I think this will just be interesting to see how this plays out. I don't know what will exactly happen, but yeah, let's have a look. It's between St Kilda and Brisbane, playing at Marvel Stadium in St Kilda's home ground. And yeah, very unpredictable, I would say, but the Saints haven't been looking as good in recent games. Yeah, I thought after the Port win that they were back in it, and I mean, they beat Port, they beat Geelong, but then they lost to the Giants in what was, I guess, a credible loss. I mean, they did fight back, but then that game against the Bulldogs was not great. So yeah, they definitely need to step it up, and I mean, this is their biggest test. They're versing Brisbane, who did lose last week in a, I would say, smashing at their home ground. So they're coming here to Marvel, away from home. Yeah, it should be interesting. But in recent times, Brisbane played really well at Marvel Stadium, as I remember. I think the last time they versed each other, it was at Marvel, and Brisbane won by like, yeah, 80 plus points, I think it was. But yeah, different times now. Yeah, this will be interesting to watch, I guess. I mean, I just want to see a good game coming from this one. But just the way the tips are at the moment, it's very one-sided for a reason. And yeah, although Brisbane lost, St Kilda lost twice, and I just think Brisbane have a slighter edge at momentum. So yeah, everyone should expect Brisbane to win, but I don't know, we'll see. And yeah, we don't know what's going to happen. So I'm going to go for the safe option, tip Brisbane to win by 28 points, and I'm rating this game an 83. I think this will be a good one to watch. Now looking down here at the Saturday twilight game, and yeah, this is probably our this game might be the most one-sided one, or the last one, which we'll get into later. But this one is definitely one-sided for a reason. And I mean, if it doesn't go like that, then I would be really surprised. So yeah, let's have a look. It's between Port Adelaide and North Melbourne, playing at the Adelaide Oval on the Saturday twilight, and yeah, I just want to see a good game, I guess. I was really concerned for Port in rounds 3 and 4. They did lose to Essendon and St Kilda, but then they beat the Hawks, who are definitely contenders, and they beat the Swans, who were made grand finalists last year. So overall, it's been a good comeback by them. It's been a good comeback. They're definitely in it. They're sitting 10th. This win could maybe put them in the 8s. I actually don't know, but I guess it depends on percentage. But yeah, this just is a must-win for them. And yeah, as for North, I did say earlier that I thought they were back, but they're not. They're not. I don't think they are yet. So yeah, everyone's under fire for this one. After their loss against Carlton, they got smashed, and yeah, it's gonna be a really hard game for this one for North. They're gonna have to produce something like some miracle here. But in saying that, Port haven't played North Adelaide Oval since I think 2017. So I mean, I'm just saying there could be a chance. There could be a chance. We don't know how these two teams play at the Adelaide Oval in some time. But as for this game, I think this is fairly obvious which way I'm gonna tip. I mean, I'm not going for risky tips here. I think this round is mostly one-sided, to be honest, but yeah, I'm going to go for the safe tip, and this is surely going to be the correct tip. I'd be surprised if it's not, but yeah, I'm predicting Port to win by 55 points, and I'm rating this game as 70. Now looking at the Saturday night game, and this one is going to be big, I reckon. I mean, the tips are very one-sided, but I see this being more of a 50-50 game. So yeah, let's have a look at this. Between the GWS Giants up against the Bulldogs, playing at Monica Oval in Canberra, and this is, yeah, this will be one to watch. I'm actually pretty excited for this game. Starting with the Bulldogs, they've had a seesawing season, and yeah, they did win last week. It was a pretty big win by them. They did lose Sam Darcy though. He won't be out for as long as people thought, which is really good. I was afraid of the worst, but yeah, they got the Bonds back as well, so that is huge for them. So most of their side is back, but up against the Giants, shouldn't underestimate them. They're a pretty good side. I know that they did lose last game against the Crows. I mean, it was that was just an ugly game to watch. It wasn't. Yeah, there were not many highlights in that one. That was just one to forget for them. But back in Canberra, don't know about the conditions. You'd presume that they're going to be good, but yeah, this will be an interesting watch, and one that will be could be game of the round potentially. I mean, I see this one being a fairly close one. And as for that, tipping for this game is going to be challenging. I could definitely see the Bulldogs winning this one in an upset. If you call it an upset, I mean, yeah, we don't know what's going to happen, but yeah, the Giants do play pretty well in Canberra. As of recently, they are a pretty different side when they play there, and they are pretty good. They are pretty good there, so yeah, I'm going to stick with the safe option, and yeah, tip the Giants. I think this will be a close game. Yeah, I'm predicting the margin to be 12 points, and I'm rating this game an 89. Now looking at the last 3 games, they're all on the Sunday, and this is going to be, yeah, it's going to be an interesting day. Some, yeah, very one-sided tips, but as I always say, who knows? Starting with this first game, and yeah, this is going to be a big one to watch for sure, and I think this is definitely going to be a 50-50 game, I reckon. I mean, very one-sided for the Gold Coast, but yeah, let's have a look. It's between the Gold Coast and the Sydney Swans, playing at yeah, in the Gold Coast, and this is going to be, I reckon, a good game to watch. Yeah, I think this will be closer than what people think. Yeah, starting with Sydney, and they were just disappointing last week. They had many shots on goals, and they just kept missing, and just their overall ball movement was just very messy by them. So yeah, they definitely need to work on that. They've lost the past 2. They definitely got potential, but they are missing some players, of course. But heading over to the Gold Coast, and Gold Coast need a big response after losing to Richmond. I mean, I did not see that coming. I thought they would be in a position where they're 6-0. It's, yeah, this is, I think 5-0 actually. But yeah, this is a big game for them. They're back at home. You'd think that's going to be big for them. And yeah, I'm hoping this will be an interesting game. I mean, the Swans Yeah, they usually are within the 8 at this point, but they're sitting 14th. They need a reply. I mean, they do have a new coach, obviously, but if this is the game to reply, they got this big chance here, I reckon. This is going to be, I reckon this will be a close game. I don't know why people think this will be one-sided, but yeah, this is going to be, I guess, a hard one to tip. Very unpredictable tip, but Gold Coast do tend to play better at home, and yeah, I think that's where my tip is going to go. I think this should be a good game, but my tip has to be a safe one, and yeah, safe one I think it will be. I think the Gold Coast will win by 15 points, and I'm rating this game an 86. Now looking at the next game, and it is straight after, or not straight after, but it will be after this game, but this one is looking crazy good, I reckon. This is going to be a big test for both of these teams. So yeah, let's have a look at this. Between Carlton and Geelong, playing at the MCG, and I think this will be a huge game for both of these teams. Starting with Carlton, and yeah, they did smash West Coast, they did smash North, so they do have that momentum back. They do have a percentage of 122. I mean, that's huge. That's for their way of playing, that's pretty big. But up against Geelong, who at the moment sits 6th, I think they should be higher, but they've also had a pretty good season, and they beat the Hawks last week and the Crows the week before. They are looking pretty good, and I think they are definitely heading towards that contenders part. So yeah, not an easy game for Carlton, and Carlton have not won a game at the G yet. They have not won a game. They've played, I think, 4 times at the G, and all those times they have not won. So yeah, it's been an unlucky ground for them, and they're back there. And I don't know, I think with Geelong having played there last week, it definitely boosts their momentum. They look really good at the moment. They yeah, I think we'll be in the big chance to win this one, and I think it shouldn't be too big of a surprise for me to tip Geelong in this one. And yeah, that's exactly where my tip is going. I think Geelong will get this win, and maybe potentially finish the round in the top 4. But yeah, we'll have to see about that. I think they'll win by 20 points, and I'm rating this game a 92. This one is going to be big, I reckon. This is really, I think, a 50-50 game. And now looking at the last game of the round, yeah, just like the Port North game, this is pretty one-sided for obvious reasons. I mean, you would think the result will be obvious, but yeah, let's have a look at it. It's between Hawthorn and West Coast, playing at Marvel Stadium on the twilight spots, and I think we know where this is going. I mean, surely this tip is simple enough. West Coast got really close last week. They did have a comeback, and they almost had the chance to win, but it couldn't go their way, and they fall short by 2 against the Bombers at home. So yeah, they're still winless, and I just don't have any confidence for them to beat Hawthorn, who are in their prime. And they did lose their last 2 games, but I think they just need something back. And for them, it's gonna be that game. It's gonna be that game. Potentially a percentage booster. They definitely need it, but this is a big chance for them to just get back to the winning list. I mean, they've been waiting for it. They lost in Gather Round. They lost in the Easter game. You think surely they can win this game, and yeah, this tip is going to be very simple. There's not much to talk about. I can only see it going one way, and if it doesn't, then that's crazy. That's just the way the season has been. But yeah, I'm going to go for the obvious and tip Hawthorn to win this game. But yeah, I think Hawthorn will win by 67 points. I think this will be a pretty big smashing. And yeah, I'm rating this game a 64. And just like that, that is my round 7 tips done and dusted. It's going to be a big round, of course, it's ANZAC round, but yeah, many one-sided tips, so we'll see how many of these we get right. So yeah, we don't know, anything can happen. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next time. Bye bye.